Hey guys, and welcome to episode 7 of Serganan's Feed the Beast Let's Play. I was starting to clean up things, as you can see, and I ran into a problem. These bricks right here, why they look really nice, and these bricks right here um, are easy to make, as long as you have the mob drops. I'll show you what I mean right here. These red bricks, these are actually blood bricks. In order to make those, you need one smooth sandstone, which is basically you make some sandstone, and then one piece of rotten flesh, and that gets you a blood-stained block. You take that and you put that in here. It'll make a blood-stained stone, and then here makes the bricks. So what I've been doing is, as I'm getting zombie flesh, I'm able to make the red ones. The white ones are actually... grab a few bricks here. The white ones are made with bone meal, like this. And the same thing. You get the bone block and the fitted bone block. If I put it back in here, I'll get the bricks. And you guys can tell me in the comments, what do you think would look better on the walls, the stone here or the bricks? Let me know if you decide you want the bricks. Like it actually looks like this, only it would be a little bit more distinct. If you want the bricks, then I can definitely do that. I would just have to knock everything down and basically put it back in the crafting table. So the problem is I don't have enough mob drops. It's not the clay or the sandstone. Those are easy to come by. I just have to go search for them. But I don't have enough mob drops, and so I was thinking about it. What can I do? Well, I can build a mob spawner. Now, obviously, I don't have Mistcraft research done, so I don't have a lot of the... I could make a random age and just go try to find pages, which I may do in the future, but for right now I can't make a void age to make a really good mob spawner. But what I can do is I can make one here, temporarily anyway. And the easiest way to make that would be with the filler. So I want to go ahead and make one of these. I need a crafting table and a chest. Easy enough. Crafting table and chest. Okay, we're gonna need some 2 gold gears. So that's from 2 wood. 2 stone gears. Makes 2 iron gears, and then last 2 gold gears. And there we go. So we have the gold gears, we have the chest, we have the crafting table. We need dandelion yellow and ink sacs. I did go hunt down some squids, so I do have those. I do have a yellow flower, so there's our 2 dandelion yellow. The last thing that we need is a land marker, which is actually made with a redstone torch and a lapis on top. So we're going to need a little bit of redstone. And we're going to need a couple of these. And I tend to lose them anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and make 5. Okay, and then we just need the lapis. Okay, so now we have everything we need, and we should be able to put this together now. 2 ink sacs on top, and the dandelion yellow. Sweet, we have a filler. Okay, so what we're going to need with the filler is we're actually going to need some bricks. Let me see how many. I don't need that many. That's the most I'm going to need right there. But since I have these, I'll go ahead and... Um, and this is basically how I've been doing it. It's just making them as I get bones, running around at night and hunting and trying to clean this up. I got some of the wall here done and some of that wall done. It's just taken a long time, and like I said, it's mainly the bones. So now we have the filler. We have the bricks that we're going to need to tell the filler what we want it to do. I'm going to put some of this stuff away. We don't need the bones right now. Don't need the gold. And we don't need the ink sacs. Okay. And so what I'll do right now is we do need power for it. So I went ahead and made another redstone energy cell, but this one's empty. So what we can do is let's go ahead and move this for right this moment. What we can do is shift right click on the energy cell that we had here. Notice it's not full. The power system that we have is not enough to fill completely in a short amount of time, but it does go up. I mean, as you can see, it does go up. It does drain some. The main drain right now is going to be the ME system, which we may end up changing to industrial craft just because of power generation. It's a lot easier to generate some EU than it is to generate lots of Minecraft jewels. And I was checking one thing I did make, and I want to see if I put it back in here. Maybe I lost it. I did make an angel block. Let's go ahead and make another one. So the angel block here. So it's gold, 2 feathers, and an obsidian. Easy enough. So we need 2 feathers, 1 gold, and 1 obsidian. And I will be adding the crafting interface so we can use this a little bit easier. Right now it's just I haven't gotten that far. So 1 gold, 2 feathers, and obsidian. And I'll show you what this does. The angel block, which is really cool, by the way. So let's go ahead and go out here. And I was thinking it'd be nice to put the mob spawner over water, right? So that way there's less mobs in the immediate area that can take up the mob spawning that I want. But it's really hard to build over water, because you have to go way down here and you have to build all your way up and try not to drown at the same time. But we can use the angel block, which if we just plop, it will place it wherever you want. Basically you just right click. Right, you right click and it'll place it. I'm going to turn off my jump assist here. I don't think that turned it off. I think my configs got removed because I updated the pack. Okay, so the angel block will go wherever you place it. And the nice thing is now we can place things off of this block. Okay, so let's go ahead and just for the ease of getting up here, we'll put 1 down here. And we'll start going up just 1. Okay, so what I want to do is I need to mark out where I want. So let's start with the marks here. And for right here, I want the tube that comes down. Right, so there's 1 here. And I did not grab enough cobblestone. I did not grab nearly enough cobblestone. Let me show you what else we can do with this block. We hit it. We hit it once, it breaks. It's just like if you're in creative mode. It'll break, it'll go right back into your inventory. It doesn't fall. So here we 1, 2, 3, 4. What we want is is basically I want a pillar with 3 by 3 opening in the center. So it's say one here, 2, 3. So that means this right here would be where we want the second marker. And let me go grab some more cobblestone here. I just basically grabbed just about all the cobblestone I had. We're going to need it anyway. And I'll remove this later. It's just good to have right now. So we have 3 in the middle there. So we're going to want 3 in the middle here. So that's 1, 2, 3. And then the 4th one is where it's going to sit. And I'm going to show you why I did this. So there's those. Now we have to figure out how high do we want it. And this is where the angel block will come in handy again. Remember, we have that extra jump. So we need it to go pretty high. Okay, so what we can do is we can take the angel block here, jump on it, and then place it down. Now, it's a little bit buggy when you do this. I don't know why, but it is. But we should be able to place another block here on the side of it, even though we're kind of in the middle of it. There we go. And then what we can do is just go ahead and break it, get it back, jump on top of this one. There we go. That was a lot better. Sometimes it bugs, sometimes it doesn't. I couldn't tell you why. So we're going to break that again. And basically we're just going to make our way up. Okay, and if you notice, I'm letting myself fall just a little bit before I place it. The reason is because if you get it at the very height and it starts bugging out, you know, where your screen's shaking a lot and you can't move, you may end up just having the only way to get unstuck may be to jump off of it. And then if it's way up at the very height limit, you're never going to be able to jump on top of it again. So let's go a couple more. And see how that, like I was saying, sometimes it'll bug like this. And we may not be able to place a block. But now we should be able to go ahead and try to get up there. So I try not to make them at the max jump height. Right, I don't want it to be where I have to jump, you know, the max and land it just right to be able to get up to the next level. Although flight would definitely be more beneficial right now. Oh. Okay, so I'm up on this one. Damn it. The jump assist sometimes is not a blessing on this. Let me make sure. I'll go ahead and add X and I'll do the jump and the sprint. That's how I had it before. And it's just so I can just hit that and turn it off. And because I'm just going to turn it off, I'm just going to do it this way. This will make it a lot easier, because this is becoming a little bit of a hassle. And I'm just going to go up, I believe, 30. I think 25, 26, somewhere around there is what you need to kill mobs when they fall. But I'm going to go up 30, just to make sure it helps with killing spiders and things like that. So this will be 1. Let me turn that off. 2, 3. Okay, so that's 30. I'll go ahead and turn my... Actually, I'll leave that off for just a second. And what we want to do is put this right here. And now we should be able to click it, and it should... Yep, it reached the one just down there. And we can go ahead and fall off. And there we go. Why did that not... Let me go check to see why that didn't connect like it was. Actually, let's... It looks like it's connected. Let's just go ahead and place this down and see what happens. Okay, so if we place our filler down, what should happen is these should turn into yellow markers. There we go. Now, the problem is those landmarks, they fall. They fall wherever they were at. So now we have 2, and guess what we have to do to go get the other 2? 3, and I think that other one's gone. I'm just going to have to make some more, because I can't stay down there. I don't have anybody to breathe. So now we have that down, and the last thing we need is power. There we go. So now we need to tell it what we want it to do. And I want it to do this, which is it makes a box. It makes a box basically on our marks. And now we have to give it material to make a box with. Isn't that so much easier than creating it by hand? And let's see where this is. Oh, looks like it's out. We're just waiting for this to stop. Nope, still going. Wow, I might need more cobblestone. Okay, looks like it stopped. So now we can go ahead and take this out. And the light here, yep, it's red. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pick these up. And I'll show you what we have. And shift right click, remember. And I think this we can just break with a pickaxe. Okay, so now this is what we should have. And we probably have a bunch of mobs spawning already in it. And I'm going to take the bottom off here, just because I want the bottom to be a little lower. I want it to be at the water level. And like I said, this should be a 3 by 3. But, as you can see, what it did is it made a tube. Basically, it's 3 by 3, straight up. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and clean this up. I'll collect some more cobblestone, and I'll show you the next part of the build. Okay, as you guys can see, I'm getting the last little bit of setup that I need, and for this part here, what I'm doing is basically I have the cylinder that we came up with, the 3 by 3, and then I did this layout just like I'm doing this one, and that right there, actually it needs to go up one. This right here is what I want. There we go. To build this part, this second part. This is a normal mob spawner. It actually does really well. I do have utility mode and magnet mode turned on right now, and that's just because I'm way up here, and when I place I don't want to have to keep crafting these landmarks. I've already had to craft a whole bunch because I keep losing them down into the water and I can't get them back. So we'll place this down, and that's what I mean right there. Is see, I still even lost one with magnet mode on. So what we'll go ahead and do here is replace down the redstone energy cell. And what I'm going to tell it is I want it to do like this, which creates the box, right? But I want it to be nice and clean once it's done, right? So now that I have these markers down, I'm going ahead and I'm going to clean this up here. And you'll see why, because I don't want, oops, I don't want any of that extra to be hanging on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get back up here, and we'll clean off the other side. Okay. Now with this, cleaning off this side, we actually want to do it to where we are out here on the edge, right? Because we don't want all this under what we're about to place down. And that should do it. So now all we have to do is give this some cobblestone. So give it a little bit there, give it a little bit more, and I think that should be enough, because I really don't want it to build the roof. Let's give it just a little bit more. Let's do that much. Yeah, that's just about right. See it already started to fill in the area, and that's what I don't want, because I do want this area to be empty. So it's just kind of, you know, using the functionality of the filler, and then changing it up a little bit by just reducing how much cobblestone it actually has. Okay, so now we'll clean up these last two, and all we have is this here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and fix this part here, and we want to clean this, because we do want it to intersect like this. And there we go. So now we have a nice, and you can look on the mini-map there, it's a plus, right, basically. And what will happen is when we put the water down here, it'll go just to the edge of where this hole's going to be, right? So it'll go just to the edge here. And mobs will go ahead and fall into here and fall down. And then when they hit the bottom, they'll die. But what we want to do right now is now we need to finish blocking this off, because we have to have a place for the mobs to spawn, and I don't want them to spawn while I'm here. So let me throw down a few torches here just to make sure that we don't have any problems while I'm trying to create this. And again, we're going to use the filler. It just makes it the easiest to go ahead and create this. And this time what I'll do is I'll put this right here. Now obviously that will drop. I'll have to try to go. Whoop. See, that's what I've been running into. I really need flight. So let's go ahead and get back up here again. And every time I get back up here, I have to dig my way back out again. Okay, so we have that one there on that corner. We need one over here on this corner. And then we'll probably just do this corner and then up. So let's go ahead and do the up here real quick. We don't want this 3 high because we don't want Enderman spawning here. If we need Enderman drops, we're just go to the end. So this will be the first layer, second layer, and then the roof. And that should do right there. Now, doing it with the filler is a lot faster than placing it by hand, but it does require a little bit of cleanup, which is not a big deal comparatively. So we have that, and the last one that we need is right over here. We're going to need one more right here. Looks like a little bit more. Looks like right about, yeah, that looks right. So we'll put it right here. And then we should be able to just right click on it. And there we go, it does connect. So now if we right click on that bottom one, it should go ahead and create the square for us. And I'm just going to build out just a little bit so I can get out here. And there we go. Okay, so now what we need to do is, again, we need to place our filler. Right? And just like before, those fall. I kind of expected them to fall a little bit more, where I couldn't get them this time. Okay, and the other thing that we want is the redstone energy cell. We need our bricks, just like before, and we're going to need more cobblestone. So let's go ahead and go back to our base real quick, or sleep through the night, and I'll show you. I was actually running out of cobblestone, so I'll show you what I did to remedy that, to where basically at this point I will never run out of cobblestone. Okay, you guys remember the igneous extruder that we made to make obsidian when we couldn't find it? Well, I set it to cobblestone mode and I put it right on top of a barrel. So what this thing has been doing is it's been just running. So about every second and a half, it creates one cobblestone, which is really nice because it's just going to fill up the barrel, and once the barrel's full, it will fill up this inventory here, and then it'll just stop. And then what we can do is we can connect this barrel to our AE network. So that way, we don't have to worry about putting all of this into our AE network. We can have the AE network recognize the barrel. And let's go ahead and get back up top. Okay, last thing we need to do is place the cobblestone in. Placing quite a bit, and if you watch, it's making the platforms for us. Did that use all of it? It didn't use all the power. Oh wow. It just used all of the power that we had. Okay, our power generation is not very efficient for that. Why is it filling in this bottom here? This should not be filling in a layer down here, because I have it up at this layer. I don't understand why it's doing that, but we can clean it up. Let me go get some more power and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back and I brought the redstone energy cell from our base. The problem is I don't think that's going to be enough either. We'll find out, see if it might be enough. Let's see how well this did here. Well, looks like it did mostly what we needed to do. Let me go ahead and turn off that redstone energy cell, because I think it's still draining. Yeah, it's still draining. Even though it's not actually running, it's still draining, so we want to turn it off. Okay, and what I'll go ahead and do is I'll clean this up. It's going to be too high, just like it is here. I'll finish it off, and then I'll be back when I'm showing you how we're going to get this to work. And I finished it up. I went ahead and cleaned it up a little bit, finished up the roof, cleaned up this area here. I did have to extend these channels by one, and I'll show you why. The water, let's just go ahead and place this down here. So that way we have an infinite water source. Okay, so the water needs to come just to the edge. Right here. See where this 9x9, this is what's going to be open. So the water needs to come just to the edge. So let's go ahead and finish filling up the other ones. Now this will remove the torches, but that's okay because mobs can't spawn on water. And fill up this here. And see, again, it's everything but this 9x9. Okay, so the last thing we can do is go ahead and break this here. And that should finish it off. It should be everything but that 9x9. Was that not far enough? Let me pick those up and replace them down. It might have created secondary source blocks. Nope. Looks like that needs to go out one more. How did I miscalculate just one side? I'll go ahead and fix this up and then and clean up these torches, and then I'll meet you downstairs and I'll show you how it works. Obviously, I need to open up this 9x9, and the reason that we want it right to the edge is because mobs will basically come right to the edge here, and then they'll be pushed off. But there's not water cushioning their fall because it's not flowing down, so it stops right here. Okay, and I'll be right down. I'll be back at the bottom and show you how it works. Okay, and as you guys can see now, it's nice and dark. I did extend that one out one. It's not going to affect the functionality as long as we have this 9x9 here in the center. So the last thing we need to do is clean up this 9x9. And I do have the shock absorbers on, so when we fall, we won't die. Now what'll happen is now we're far enough away for mobs to spawn. So if we wait just a minute, they should start spawning, and then they should start dropping down in here. So we'll give it a minute and wait. Okay, so it looks like it's working, at least a little bit. Obviously, if we were in a void age, it would work a lot better. I'm wondering if maybe the squid count against the mobs, since I am over water. Now, I am getting drops, as you can see. There's one last thing that we need to do, and I did go ahead and build a bridge here. There's one last thing that we need to do to make sure that this is 100% taken care of. And so let's go ahead and do that. It is going to require that we use a little bit of our wood and a little bit of our iron, but that's okay. So we're going to make a couple chests. We're going to need more than that. I wonder if I have any chests in here. 3. Okay, so we're going to need a few more, and then we need some iron. And iron should be close to the top, right here. 64, that should be enough. Let's go ahead and do... That's going to be 2. And that should be 4 more. Okay, so we need 9 chests. And what we'll do here is, this is the easiest way to make sure that you evenly distribute it. We get 9 hoppers. Okay, and then we need one last chest, and this one I actually want to be one of the iron chests that I have. And now we just have to make our way back to the mob spawner. And this makes it a lot easier than swimming, especially with the run assist. Okay, so what we're going to want to do is put down these hoppers. Now, I want them right here. Oh, that's not how I want it oriented. I want the first one actually, let's go ahead and do this. Let's put down our chest first. And see if we can get to it. Let's just open this up a little more. And I want it to open from this direction. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is put a hopper on top, because we want the items obviously to go in there. Okay, looks like spiders are coming down too. So there's the first one. We want this one to go into that one. This one to go into that one. Okay. And then same thing back here. We want these to all go into those. And then right here, same thing. This one into that one, this one into that one. And let me just dig my way out a little bit here. And then this one into, I'm going to have to find a place to stand. This one into this one here. So now what will happen, and I'll go ahead and close this up here. Oh. Okay, and that's all closed up. And so now we go in here, and we'll go ahead and put the torch here and here, just to light it up a little bit. Make sure that no mobs spawn on top of the hoppers. I don't know if they can or not. And so what we'll start seeing is as things die, it will go ahead and put the drops in here. Because what it'll do is if they die in the back ones are going to push it to the second row. The second rows are going to push it to this first row, and then this first row is going to all go into the center here where it'll drop it into the chest. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run for about 10 minutes, and I'll be back to show what we got. Okay guys, so it's been a little while, and here's what we got. It's not the fastest in the world, but it is very steady. So it makes it really easy. This is probably about 30 minutes worth. I did let it go a little bit longer. So like I said, it's not the fastest thing. In a Void Age, it would definitely be much faster. Okay, we will have to wrap up here. We are at the 40-minute mark, and I did not mean for this video to go that long. However, I did want to make sure that that build got taken care of. You don't want to stop, halfway through a build, especially an easy one like a mob spawner. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and collect up more. As you can see, I've been using the drops a little bit. I'll finish cleaning this up, and I will see you guys later.